Fatality. When you get to hell, tell him Duke sent you. Duke wins. Fatality. When you get to hell, tell him Duke sent you.
But my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. Hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises. You ain't stopping this, cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest. I'm gonna launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking, and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, no stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb.
What is up, people? So, decided to do this live chat, or I'm gonna do this live stream. I'm sorry. Basically, as you guys know, I had a live stream last night, and had some things to say. And respectfully, the people that I did call out have messaged me and more than willing to come on, which is good because I got some questions and some evidence for what I believe should be looked at in the reality of what we're looking for, which is truth. And if it can be answered, that'd be wonderful. If not, then at some point, you guys got to start conceding to the fact that things can't be answered, which isn't even the issue. It's that things can't be answered at all. And when you get to that roadblock, you have to realize that is no longer a flat earth proof, right? And like I've said it 1,000 times, I'm not going to be doing the whole, I'm going to disprove. It's not what I'm here for. All right? There's 1,000 other things that I want to be talking about, as you guys know. But at the same time, I personally will not be used for anybody's entertainment gain. I take it seriously. I know a lot of people that do take this, truth seeking seriously, and using all these things, conspiracies and things going on around flat Earth and globe Earth, all this stuff to benefit your stream for entertainment is no longer truth seeking. That's all there is to it when it comes to that. I would assume that they'll jump in my chat and let me know they're here. Um, what's up, Drez? How you doing, my friend? I'm gonna be not very long. If you're gonna go on, let me know, and I'll make sure to cut it short. Um, I'm planning on opening a panel. Um, if you wanted to jump on, let me know. If you're planning on going on, let me know. I'll cut it short. Definitely down to hear your stream. Just let me know. As we speak now, I'm doing the panel thing. All right, cool. I'll send you the link. But yeah, it's there's a there's a lot of things that I've been trying to really accomplish in the past few weeks and a half, and that is figuring out um, what evidence, what method of finding things out that I can do for myself and share with you guys, um, which is more of the realistic things. Um, you know, a lot of the experiments and and quote unquote glow proofs, I will admit, not the average person can do them. Whether having the technology or the time, really. I mean, when you think about it, you got to realize that, man, the majority of us, have work, children, lives, other engagements and stuff. Trying to squeeze this in, let alone proving this to a whole world of people. But I've been doing a lot of brainstorming, and I definitely found a questionable issue with flat Earth, and this is one of the things that I was talking about, where I'm not gonna I don't believe anybody's just dead wrong. I don't know enough, but at the same time, I don't believe anybody knows enough to make these claims that everything is a hoax. Everything is that science does is fake, but yet you still use science. Um, if you honestly believe every shooting, every terrorist attack, every incident that's not to our liking is a hoax, then I mean you really got to sit back and look at what you're you're seeking. If everything's a lie, then how do you know the narrative you're not getting for flat Earth isn't a lie? All the same. If it goes both ways, if it's that way for the globe, you guys have to look at it from both sides. Who are the people giving you this information? Are they really breaking down how they got to the information? Does this information that we're getting equal what we observe? Those are very important as far as I'm concerned. Um, yes, I am kind of babbling and ranting. That is because I'm doing the live chat, the open panel as we speak. So bear with me on that. But as soon as I get this open, I'll go ahead and start letting you guys know what I was talking about when I started brainstorming and what I came up with as an issue. All right, finally. Yeah, so this live stream is going to be open to anybody. Um, as long as you're, respectful and there's conversation going, I don't care who jumps on at all. Don't care. That's how I roll. You guys know that. But at the same time, understand that if you're going to come at me from the flat Earth side, um, be prepared to explain, understand, if not show exactly how you came up with what you've decided. And I'm not moving goalposts. I'm not, it's nothing out of the unordinary that you would ask for when trying to find truth. So, just like I said, just be prepared that that's what I would like to have happen. But let me see what's up to people real quick. Let me see. Here we go. Well, obviously, what's up, Drez? How you doing, sir? I'm about to send that link to you. Proven ice wall. What did you say? Okay. Look at that. What's up, Rick? 5 year. Fluffy Toke, what up, man? It's been a minute. How you been? What's up, Sasha? I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a second. I'm gonna put the link pre-ice wall. I'm gonna put the link into the chat for you guys, so anybody can jump on. I'm just finish setting it up. I already have it up. I just gotta share it and make sure it's appearing on here. So bear with me. Every time I live stream, I now have to reset my OBS just to make sure my OBS doesn't flip out on me. So bear with me again. Should take another half a second, and we'll start sharing it. All right, perfect. Where is it? There it is. All right, so the link is in the chat, people. Wrong link. There we go. All are welcome. Also, and I'm not calling anyone out on this one, but if you do come on and you do disagree, and your voice is raised, I'm not gonna mute anybody, but I will make it clear that that's what you're doing, and we need to relax because I'm not gonna run a shit show, and this isn't for entertainment. This is for truth. Just want to make that clear. All right. I'll put it in the description as well. Where is it? And if at all if there's any type of lag, make sure you guys let me know because I can definitely fix it. I know what it would be. For those, the link is in the chat or in my description to the Hangout. All are welcome, like I said. There you go, Sasha. Put the link in the description for you. Go ahead and put this on the other screen so I can see who's on here. What's up? How you been, man? You there? Hey, man, how you been? So, no worries, no worries. I just, happy you're on, man. It's been a while. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
That is true.
So, are you back to fix my server?
Wait, what?
Are you back to start fixing the server again?
What broke this time?
Oh, nothing. I'm just messing with you.
Uh,
Don't worry, I won't listen to you. But were you for real? For real, you're flat Earth now, huh?
Mostly, I'm still swaying a little bit.
Now, would you consider it being seeing and understanding there are more things to question, or are you actually seeing things that would give you the idea that it would be flat?
A couple of weeks ago, I was a shill.
You were what?
I was a globe Earth shill.
That's what makes you a flat earther now?
No, I'm just saying. I used to be one, always trying to find the problems, and it just started making more and more sense to me. And
Go ahead.
I don't know. It's not like I find anything wrong with the globe model. It's just I find the flat Earth model now becoming, more and more evident than the globe model.
What would you consider to be that evidence?
Though it's kind of stupid to say it. Well, ground observations, but then I know that's not very proper. So I guess the next thing would just be logic and reasoning and thinking how things could work.
But
Like
but
how could how could gravity work on a flat Earth? We know it exists. How does it work? Well, you could have, I don't know. I'm borrowing this from. I'm getting this understanding from Lemonnier, so I don't know how to say it properly, but yeah, it's a little bumpy. I'll just say that.
trust me, it when I became a flat earther, it was definitely not easy. It definitely makes you really learn what you need to question. I'm not gonna lie, and I've said this 1,000 times. I don't regret being a flat earther. If it wasn't for flat Earth, I honestly wouldn't have opened my eyes and investigated a lot of the things that I'm talking about now. You know, as in depth as I do now, and in that in the sense that I fully agree with it. You know, to the point where it's well, I can't say don't trust don't trust anyone and all science. I never was that way because obviously some of it has to be right, some of it has to be what's going on. Otherwise,
Of
you
course,
know
of course.
that the amount of sugar you put into your coffee every day wouldn't make any sense. We'd all have diabetes because we all love
Yeah.
sugar, but we wouldn't have that restriction.
Well, we still don't have that restriction. It's just our mind.
Yeah, exactly. One second, I gotta. If you guys are, you took the link in the description or from the chat?
I took it from the chat.
Okay, so prove ice wall. Maybe try the one in description. What's up, the Soota? How you doing, sir? Okay, I'll see. I'll look for you in the Hangouts right now. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna judge and say don't do that. I know for a fact you're an extremely smart kid, so it's not like you're
Well,
gonna just run with nothing.
yeah,
Oh, hang on.
of course.
What's up, Dreads? Let me get your mic turned up. I don't know why you sound so low right now.
Can y'all hear me?
There we go. How you doing,
What's
fam?
up?
What is
Shit,
up?
cooling, man. Just chilling, you know. I see you was live. I ain't doing nothing, so I say fuck it.
Shit, it's been a
Phone.
minute. And every time you're on YouTube and you stream, right as you end is when I get home and sit down and check. I'm like, ah. Every time I look at it, it's like streamed 1 minute ago. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I gotta start doing it just a tad bit later, I try not to do the streams because I don't got as much time as I used to. So I try to get a stream in, as quick as possible, you know. But it's the holidays now, so I'll probably be able to stream a little longer now.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I'm starting to realize, 2 hours, they're fun sometimes, but not very many people want to sit through a 2.5 hour, 3 hour live stream. When you're trying to get
Yeah,
something out.
that's
So
yeah, that's too long. Like it was fun when I was doing it, at first. But that's too long. I can't even. And when I used to try to edit the videos, like get the funniest moments, I used to have to go through a 6 hour live. I'm like, yo, it was just too much, And I don't think people be want to watch hey, that's like 5 or 6 movies,
yeah, exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
So I just cut it down to like 1.5, maybe 2 hours max.
Yeah. So have you been hearing what's been going on, at least on from my end,
Um,
with like not so it's not Bro Sanchez so much, but as his panelists,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, I've been following it. I
it's
know.
to me it's not really that big of a thing, except for the fact that now that I'm not flat Earth, I I'm not trying to convert people, but I really need people to understand what they know versus what they think they know, because I mean that's one of the reasons I stopped being a flat earther, because I realized that there was a huge gap in that. And also, um I the fact that the people only a handful. This is the best part. Only a handful of people have decided to start going that he's a coward route and all that stuff, which is pleasantly surprising. I mean, for the most part, all the FE fam is still cool. They all understand and they all still ride with me, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and they call me a globe earther.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm like, wow. And the thing is, I'm trying to what I'm starting to see the same thing, the same things that we accuse globe earthers of doing. I'm starting to see the flat earthers doing the same shit.
Exactly. And
It's like if you decided, I really don't give a fuck. Like I said, I done told you straight up. I don't care what you think the earth look like or what you know or believe, or it doesn't matter. The shape really is not my thing. I know what I'm like I said, me personally, I go with my own senses. I know what I see and stuff like that, so I trust that. But that's the far as it go. When it comes to knowledge or information, I'm seeking undeniable evidence where nobody can poke holes in it. And right now, I don't see I don't see neither side with undeniable concrete. That's my personal opinion about this.
Correct. And I
I
and I
don't.
only work
Oh,
what's
go
I
ahead.
only work off of
uh,
two.
hang on. What's up? What's up, Prove Ice? Well, how you doing, sir?
What's going on, man? I understand exactly what y'all talking about. And that's why my name is Prove. It's always been Prove, man, because I can only work off of what I can prove. There's only two things I can prove. I'm not spinning, and I can use the calculation formula to prove curvature is incorrect. Those are two things I can prove.
But when you say the curvature, you're talking about the 8-inch squared.
Well, I'm talking about the formula, the official formula that they gave me to calculate curvature on the Earth.
Well, that's
Now I can
see the problem with that is it only works in small doses, basically. As someone who does have survey experience, the reason it doesn't work is because at a certain point, because it's not a perfect ball, it needs offsets that aren't equated into the equation, which is why maybe at about 260, 270 miles, numbers start looking funny.
correct. So I proved that it is not a globe.
That doesn't
I
prove it's not a
proved that it
globe.
has.
It just proves
No, that just means the equation isn't entirely correct.
exactly.
Well,
It
somebody's
is.
lying. Someone
Well,
is
No,
lying. I mean,
because
you
even
gave me
let's
a formula.
because even if you get a basketball, and let's say you deflate it a little bit to the point where you could push it in a little bit and have like dips or craters, if you will, that wouldn't be considered as a perfect sphere. You feel me? So why would they even say the Earth is that? You know what I'm talking about? If
Correct.
that's the
because
case,
that's what it look because that's
that's
what they
what
assume it
we
looks
do.
What?
closest to. I
Why
mean, if you
look like it?
But
Because
that's
in
not no.
1920,
yeah,
See,
it's
that's
huh?
the
not
thing.
perfect. It's like
That's the thing. When you,
it's like
but that's. Oh,
why do you
I'm
call it
sorry.
why do you call it a tennis ball? It's not a ball. It's not perfect. It has imperfections. Why do you call it a ball? It's not a ball. It's not a sphere. It's not sphere. But we can contributed. It
Yeah, but I think Dreads was the one that showed me
Yeah.
the Universal Studios logo in the 1920s before you even went to outer
Oh,
space. Okay, so you're lying. You've been
But
lying. You
right.
can't.
Because
that's
the
that's
thing
kind
is,
of
when you're dealing, listen, when you're dealing with science, when we use the
that's
term science, this is when I don't. There is no room really for error because when you're talking about
Correct.
something's very important, especially with this type of science, something can happen, like catastrophic can happen. Because if you're telling somebody it's something is one thing and it's really something else, and you have the calculations wrong, that's just like being a pilot. If a pilot get the calculations wrong, what you think is going to happen? They're going to fucking crash. This shit is vital. You cannot say, well, it looks like this, and it look not when it comes to science. We cannot rely on because now you're still telling me what you believe it is. And that's what we cannot deal with. We cannot allow them to keep telling us or believe it a little bit because this is what we think it is because that's what it looks like. But again, they really know what it actually looked like when you have to take like pieces of pictures and stitch them together. Like that's a little fishy to me too.
Right.
So like I say, as far as the way I stand, I don't see nobody with undeniable evidence, man. Nobody, flat Earth or globe, not that undeniable. That's what I'm seeking. I don't. I
Well, if
when a
you
person,
say that, then you believe it's a globe, then.
Well,
no,
why? Why?
That's
Wait.
some very
Okay,
tall
but
people
see,
have
hang on,
different.
hang on. I asked this
wait,
question.
wait,
I asked this
wait,
earlier.
whoa.
I asked this earlier. For when, and this is one of the things I noticed. So, if what he's saying makes you assume he's a glober for just saying it, and it's all a lie, at what point is flat Earth all the truth? Where do you make that distinction? Why is
Great,
it
great question. See, once you start having discrepancies in your globe, it's no longer a globe. It
okay?
cannot be.
What about
It's
this?
something else.
What
That
It may
about?
make it
not be.
Well, hang
that
on.
make it
It may be.
fact.
But what about
Because,
discrepancies in flat Earth? Why does that why does that not make flat Earth not what it is?
well, could you explain one discrepancy? I don't know any.
Okay,
I
that's
can say a few.
yeah. Go ahead, because I
All
actually
right.
do have one that I'm going to be going around talking and asking this question. So, but go ahead, Dredd.
My first problem is that nobody has a full photo of an ice wall. Nobody. But
I agree.
they claim that it is one. And every time a flat earther tend to present that evidence, they show us pieces. Now, how can a flat earther criticize NASA for stitching photos together when flat earthers, I'm talking about all flat earthers, nobody is exempt for this because all flat earthers do it. You show an ice wall, but you only show a picture that shows a piece of ice. And you
I
telling
agree.
people that it goes all the way around with nothing to back that up. We need to see that.
Well, here's the
So
thing. What?
so hold on. That's just one. Number two, you said some say it's a dome. Now,
Let
where is
me
the
deal with
evidence of a
let me deal with
dome?
that
Has
first one.
anybody seen this dome? You see what I'm saying? So those things, this is supposed to represent a model that you can that flat earthers cannot back up because they have no way to show the evidence for it.
I can back it up right now.
All right,
First of
go
all,
ahead.
you can't even go explore no Antarctica. So yes, a wall to you.
Yes, you
Wait,
can.
wait, wait!
Can't
Don't
go.
say,
No,
don't say,
listen.
don't
Don't
say can't.
go.
Don't say can't.
I've tried it. I've tried to book a flight. I've tried to do it. Have you done it?
All
No.
right,
Okay,
that's
wait, wait,
not
wait, wait, wait.
evidence of a
Okay,
wall, though.
none
You
of us, none
can't
of
do it
us
at
have ever.
all.
Hang on, has any of us flown
I've
a
tried.
plane?
I've tried. You haven't done it.
Has
I've
wait,
tried to
hang
book a
on.
flight
Has
and go
anybody?
No,
myself and
no,
explore Antarctica.
Sean, let them do it because I got something for it.
I got two answers for both them
You
questions.
say you can't
Can
book a
you?
flight, right? All right,
No,
so
you can book
right,
a flight.
right,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you're right. Let's say you're right because I'm a logical thinker. I'm gonna show you something. So if you're telling me right now that you've never been in my house before, how can you go around telling people that I got five toilet bathrooms in my house if you never came in here?
Great question. Great.
So
Let me answer that
hold on,
question.
let me prove my point. You're saying we cannot go out there. So in your own statement, you are admitting to what I'm telling you. If none of us has went out there, how can you prove it then?
It's a
If
barrier
you can't
to
go.
you. You can't explore it. It's a wall to you. It's a barrier to you. It's an ice wall to you. You can go there, but you can't explore.
No,
What
wait,
that
wait.
mean?
You can
Let's see.
go
That's
where?
not true.
No. I'm talking about how. Where is the evidence that there is an ice wall that
Okay, I
goes
agree.
all the way around our Earth? Where is the
I,
evidence for
I agree with you that there is no evidence that they do have pieces of ice wall pictures. Now, what I'm saying is you can book a flight to Antarctica, but you're not able to explore. So
that?
that
Right.
is a wall to you. That is a barrier to you. That would be your ice wall. You're not able to freely walk around. Someone's hiding
Okay,
something.
so the only thing.
Right.
Okay,
They're
the
hiding
only thing.
something, but do you know?
Okay, so
But
prove.
do
Prove.
Look, like your house.
but
I go walk around in your house. I can see how many
No,
bathrooms
hang
you
on.
got.
Prove.
Cause
Prove.
no,
The
if you come in, but if I never allow you to come in, you won't be able to tell nobody what's in it. You won't even be. And if I
correct.
don't tell you,
And that's an ice wall to me. Then
well, it can,
that's an ice
no,
wall
wait,
to
wait, wait.
me.
Hang on.
That's
Prove.
a big
that's
ass
bull.
barrier
Prove.
to
Would
me.
there be an
Prove.
ice wall to your whole entire existence? No.
No,
No, so prove.
no.
Let me
So
let me
yeah,
just so you
they
said.
say that there's an ice wall around our Earth, our world, not a barrier. They're saying that our whole entire world, our Earth, has an ice wall that goes all the way around. So you speaking, there's a
But you
difference
can't
between
have
a
a square, so
barrier.
yeah, it is a wall to you. You
Okay,
can't have
hang
no
on,
No, you
square.
hang
talking
on,
about
hang on, hang on,
a
hang on.
wall and a
Prove.
barrier is not.
Prove. Understand. The only thing that you've proven is that there are restrictions and hoops you got to jump
No,
through
he's
to
dividing the statement.
actually go there. But that still does not prove a ice wall.
Correct. You are correct. It is not proving an ice wall, but it is a wall. It is a barrier.
No, nope,
You
nope, nope, nope,
cannot
nope.
explore.
All it
You're
is, all you're
ignorant
proving
because
is
we
that
won't let you
it
do it.
take. No. You can't say it proves a wall. All it proves is there are
It
restrictions
does.
and
Yes.
hoops you got to jump through to do it. Not an ice wall, not a wall.
Correct. It is not an ice wall.
What's up, P Mars? Is this the good P Mars?
Now back to that dome question. Now you said it ain't no dome, but
No, I said ain't no
I
evidence
believe
for
you're
it.
the one who showed me that Universal Studios had the globe logo before they even went out of space. Before they even,
Okay.
and so
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
the
somebody
science,
lying. I mean,
science, the government,
your wife not
all.
gonna be lying to you. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Keep questioning and find out what the hell going. You just can't have no small lie that don't lead to a bigger one. Now you just can't. It's a leak. If your
Okay, but see,
transmission leaking,
no, but here's the thing: you're
True.
leaping
Okay.
to say it's all fake. You're taking small bits of things and clumping it into one big lie, and it doesn't work that way. I
what
remember.
doesn't work is you lying to people.
What do I say?
You just can't have
What
a
I,
small lie. A
what if
small lie is a big lie.
any lie is a lie?
Right.
Now, what part of this narrative is a lie to you? What part of this narrative is a lie to someone else? The only way you can prove something is to yourself. So it's very clear, just for the instance of, I know exactly what you're talking about. Dreads showing that has nothing to do with proving a dome. It proves there's that this globe model, this ball with lights on it, was thought of before actually seen, even though they thought it was a globe before we could get out there. Regardless, it doesn't
How you even
prove a
thought that?
dome. It doesn't prove dome. That's the reality of it. It can mean 1,000 other things. It could be a conspiracy.
It does,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
you're right. It doesn't prove a dome, but it proves someone lying, man.
Okay. No, wait.
I
It,
agree.
even then,
I
I don't think it.
agree with that.
I don't think it proves someone's lying. It proves something's fishy. It proves that we don't have. We've never been given an answer for how that's possible. But again, it doesn't prove a dome. Doesn't prove flat Earth. And thank you for being honest and understanding what I'm trying to say. But you got to understand there are 100 flat earthers right now who will use the treaty in Antarctica as a wall, ice wall proof. It
A
doesn't prove.
treaty.
Yeah, but it doesn't prove that doesn't prove an ice wall. The same way.
It proved it was a war or something. Why you have a treaty with no war? I mean, something going.
What do you
You
mean?
just can't lie to me.
That's
I mean,
not.
maybe
That's
you.
not. That's not how a treaty works. That's not how treaties work.
All right,
I mean, because
all right.
for
Talk
instance,
to me about a treaty.
when I do my climate change thing, the geoengineering, there are 3 major treaties that I read up on that they're basically breaking. That's the biodiversity. That's the London Convention, and yeah, so right on tip. And the Paris Agreement. None of those have anything to do with with war or war that
Mm-hmm.
happened. I mean, I'm not saying that Antarctica isn't different. I don't know. I know a lot of militaries were down there, in the early times, but at the same time,
Doing what?
well, the Germans were down there. A lot of police were. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah, what they was
You
doing
know.
down there? Why
Oh,
are you
me
down there?
too. Me too. I have no clue. I wonder too. But at the same time, you can't.
But if they buried in
I just wanted to make it clear that the Antarctic Treaty doesn't have to be a war. It doesn't prove war, and that's what I'm trying to get at. We need
What if I
everybody,
said-
flat Earth and Globers. We all need to break down our belief before we just say it proves anything. And I'm guilty of it. Everyone's guilty of it. It's just the fact that we need to realize that we're doing it and be honest and prove you've been honest. I'm not any criticism at all. Um, I would like to show what what I had brainstormed and came up with, and a question that I have for flat earthers.
Go ahead and
Um,
question.
Say it. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. Everyone can see the watch page, or do I need to share it here in the Hangout?
Please share it.
See.
Because
Can I just say hello?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, sir? It's been a while.
Good.
And let me see. Okay. I'll put on the. Let me put on my OBS real quick, and then so everyone can see it
Just
right off the
about
bat.
the
Go ahead.
Treaty of Antarctica. It doesn't need a war. My example there is the Treaty of Waitangi. There was no war, but there was still a treaty.
Okay, so I got this image on the screen right now. Go ahead, I can share it here too. Make life easier for everyone. I'm gonna share my OBS so that way you guys can see at least what I am sharing. It may or may not. Oh, there we go. So,
And you know what?
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna just throw this out there about that treaty, and that's another thing. It's just too many. It's just too many issues when it comes to flat Earth. Even when it comes to the treaty, you ever notice that a flat earther always say, "Well, why? Well, why you think they signed the treaty and all this?" And it's like, well, why is you asking a question? Hell, tell me. So that tell you right there, they don't even fucking know. They are assuming that they signed a treaty so people won't know that there's an ice wall.
I'm
Like,
assuming they signed a treaty because you got some secrets going. I mean, it's a lot of countries signing a treaty, an agreement for an agenda.
Okay.
That's what we can agree. We all
Oh,
can agree on that.
100%,
We
100%.
all can agree on that now.
But that's where it has
yeah,
to stop,
on
though.
now.
You
Come
can't.
on now.
You're 100% right. But that's where it stops, though. At that point, you can no longer
Yeah,
say.
but when they ever told you the truth then? So they always been telling the truth to you, always been feeding
No,
you good, never
absolutely
poison
not.
you and shit. These people love your ass too. And they gonna
Absolutely
sign
not.
a treaty
it's
against you or
like,
for you.
See, okay,
you
but
know,
see,
Hold
okay,
on,
okay.
no,
I,
stop.
listen,
Wait
no,
a
hang on.
minute.
we
I've,
agree.
I have a
No,
question.
nobody's
Can I say something?
listen, nobody's disagreeing with that, but that don't prove a flat Earth.
Exactly.
Correct. It does not prove a flat earth.
Okay,
And damn sure
Okay, we all
it
agree.
don't prove a glow one either. It just proved that
Mm,
these motherfuckers are doing some shady shit behind the
exactly.
scenes.
They need to be.
No,
They need to be more
Antarctica.
transparent with what they're doing, and they're not. And it's
Right.
it's on
Well, you
all
lying.
levels. On all levels. Okay, but at the same time, if there are liars on the globe, do you not believe there are liars on flat Earth?
I do.
Okay. And in that, you don't think that people need. You don't think that flat Earth should lie under the same scrutiny as a globe Earthers evidence? Because
I think so.
because
You're
Dreads, I'm
right.
pretty sure you got to remember this. The one of the biggest reasons I became a flat earther at the time was because I would hear a dozen Globers give me information, knowing that information they're telling me is either half right, they don't really know it too well. That's just they heard it in school, and those are the issues that I actually have or had as a flat earther in the end. I was getting falsified information. And
I
in the same way you're saying that they gave us these bullshit narratives, we have to realize that flat Earth is doing it too. So please, flat Earthers, you need to weed them out. I'm telling you, on a regular basis, I talk to flat Earthers that I know are not flat Earthers.
All right. Well, here's the thing.
Go
I
ahead.
know. So all right. So I agree. You can't prove it's a flat Earth. But what made me a flat Earther is when someone mentioned it to me, and I went outside the next morning, and I saw two suns outside with my naked eye. So I know whatever this science you done gave me about the sun and the moon is a lie. It's more than one sun. I saw it with my own eyes.
Do you have
So
evidence
you
to
can
show
lie.
of us?
I didn't take a picture.
Okay,
Did you
now
have double vision? This might sound really stupid, but did you have double vision at the time?
You have double vision right now. No, I ain't have double vision at the time.
no,
I
but
see
they,
with my
Okay.
but
own
there are
eyes.
phenomenons that do happen that will give us an observation that is not exactly what it is. And I'm saying in general. I'm saying in general. I don't know your situation. I wasn't there. But at the same time, were you there when I was on Bro Sanchez's channel on his panel? Were
You
you?
were on there several times. I mean, was it recently you was on there?
Yeah,
I haven't been.
about 3 days ago. One of the things that happened is I started tracking the ISS, and right off the bat, I was accused of lying about it. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not going to say. No, listen.
I feel you, Sean.
Okay, so here's the thing. You just told us you saw two suns.
Correct.
And
I think I might have an explanation for that.
and-
Did you see some weird optical phenomena beside one of the suns, like a weird rainbow?
No.
Did they look? One of them looked taller than the other.
One did look bigger than the other. Yes.
Okay, yeah, you saw a sundog.
I saw a sundog.
There's usually 3 suns in that situation, but
There's usually 3 suns now.
Okay, hang on.
In
Before
that
I want
situation, in
hang
that
on before we
particular
diverge from what I wanted to show you guys and am showing. I want to get into this before and we'll continue on. So this is my question to flat earthers. The Terminator line. Regardless of whether or not you believe it's flat or a globe, we have a very full proof. I mean, no one can deny half the Earth is under the sun, and half of it's in the dark. Period. Flat
Yep.
or globe, we know half and half is how it is, right?
Just can I? How do I
No,
share
hang
my
on.
screen? I'd like to show.
Hang on.
Mask.
You can't right now. Hang on, because I'm sharing mine. So I've showed you guys the first image. Now this is the second image, and this is the most important image. Tell me, and I know this is not exact. How does a local sun light up half of Earth?
If the moon is a magnet and it's eating the sun's positive energy, that could be an explanation.
But then
What?
wouldn't you see, instead of it, and I know, like I said, this is not exact, but the circle you're looking at as the sun, wouldn't that be lopsided? You know, kind of like how gravity does it to the planets. I mean, you see what I'm saying? I mean, we would see that definite factor. Remember, on your flat Earth, you have to cut it in half, and half of it's dark, half of it's light.
Nah.
No?
Drake shot a video. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen this moon out with the sun.
Nope. We're not. That's a whole different topic.
It can't be.
Okay.
It cannot be. It can't be.
Okay. Here's the thing. You need to remember. Here's the thing you need to remember. The sun brings day. The moon does not bring night.
Like I can see the moon at the moment. It's daytime.
Correct. I agree with you on that.
So that's why we know, regardless of where the moon is, the moon has nothing to do with this. We know that half of the Earth is lit and half is dark.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
But it's something I'm questioning.
The Earth is lit.
Half.
That to me shows.
I think when you study more of the moon than the sun, you need to study the moon.
What would I need to study?
moonlight would be colder than the shade around it.
Can you show
The
me that?
moon, it's yeah, I can. Send you a video. But so the moon is eating energy. Okay, the moon is it's gonna be charging up itself. It's gonna be a half moon. It's gonna be a little fingernail. It's gonna be a full moon because it's eating energy from the sun. Now the sun don't come out till about 6:30, but see the light come out at 5:45. The day come out at 5:45. Now that sun, I don't even sleep no more.
Okay, here's
So
the
the sun
problem.
come out
Being
at
Here's the
serious. I'm
problem.
not sure if you're being
Yeah,
serious.
here's the problem with what you're doing.
I want to cry.
Regardless, regardless of,
Could you share my screen,
hang
everybody,
on,
and
hang
I'll
on,
ask if this is what.
hang on. Regardless of what you've seen, what you're saying, you're not proving. You're ranting.
You're right. I'll prove video. Then what you gonna say? Because
But-
you stay up till 5:45. The light gonna come out. You can wait for the sun 45 minutes later.
And
the sun will appear.
if I look
I see
across,
that.
if I look across,
That's called dawn.
if I look across the world to where it is getting dark, it's going to be half of the Earth still. That is something we can all prove. We can all get into. We can all. I guarantee you, the people just here in this chat alone are enough people around the world to prove. I'm not saying prove globe, but prove that half is dark and half is the sun, which is not possible with a local sun.
Why
So
is
are
that
you a
not
globe
possible?
earther now?
Yes, sir.
Why is that not possible again?
Okay.
Why is that not possible with a local sun?
Because the sun.
How is that not
How does a round object, or basically
Who said it was round?
two circles?
You showed me the flat Earth with the cut in half. You showed me the flat Earth now, cut in half.
I can literally right now show you exactly what we would observe if that were the case.
Picture you just showed me.
No, I just showed you. No, you're right. I showed you pretty much a pretty vague but very obvious thing that you can't answer. But I can show you if
that
I can show you exactly what it would need.
as it was going,
Am I? I'm cutting out.
the sun is heating up half the earth, right?
Okay, my bad.
But listen.
Let
And
Dread talk.
this is where they. Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm going. Oh, so yeah, when they say things like the sun is local, maybe what 3,000 feet, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere on the lines of that.
Yeah,
Now,
would
what I
be
give or take, what I don't understand.
3,000 miles.
Hey,
3,000
go.
miles. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
3,000 miles.
There's a big difference between 300 feet and 3,000 miles.
I know that. Come on, dude.
Relax.
3,000 miles, right?
Gorg, relax,
My
buddy.
problem, only thing, what I don't understand is that, I mean, logically, you would know if the higher you raise the sun, the more the light will expand. So why they're not trying to at least come up with a better calculation of saying how far the sun is from the earth, regardless of if it's on a globe or a flat plane. The higher you move the sun up, the more the light will expand. The closer you bring that light, the dimmer it becomes, or the less light you will get on that disc. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't understand. It's like I don't know, man. It's like they so caught up with it's flat, it's flat, it's flat, and no matter what, if you go against it, that means you're a globe earth. Like the brother called me a globe earth. He said, "Well, you gotta believe in a globe," as if he did not even hear nothing I said. And that's another problem I have with flat earthers. If you go against what they're saying, you automatically are labeled as something. You know what I'm saying? They label you. That's what cults do. Cults do shit like that.
It's
You know,
it's
and I'm
literally
telling you, I
turning
don't
full
trust
circle.
neither side. Why would somebody say I'm a globe earther if I don't trust that shit either? Because I'm a realist. I look at it from a logical standpoint. No, I'm dealing with known liars. Everybody know that these people lie to us, and they don't just lie; they steal, they kill. So if these are the individuals that's telling me that we can go to Pluto and go to Jupiter, I don't trust it because we're talking about listening to known murderers.
Known murderers.
Yeah, known murderers.
I agree. I
Can,
agree. You're right, Dread.
So
can
if
you
you're
give an
gonna,
example? Because
uh,
I've never heard that before.
you know, all the hundreds of thousands of innocent people that died in Iraq, you know, innocent murders, you know, I mean, innocent
Did,
people dying,
did
you know,
NASA
because
have anything to do
Just
with that, or
say
was it
it
the
both
US
and then leave it
military?
there.
who you think control NASA? What the hell are you talking about? Stop playing. Come on, don't play antics with me. They control that people that actually they have to answer to too. They're not a entity of their own.
I'm not
They're
familiar
not
with the
a,
American governmental
no,
system. Sorry.
they're not an entity on their own and do not have to answer to someone else. They do. And the same people they listen to runs everything over here. That's a fact. Now, if you know that the people that runs NASA and runs everything over here are known liars, thieves, and murderers, how can you trust anything that comes from the mouths of them? Somebody kill your mom or your dad. You'll trust them too, huh? The answer will be
But
no. Logically, you'll be like, hell no, I won't trust them. But because they wear a suit, a badge, or shit like that, well, they could get away with that kind of shit, and we'll just still listen to them. No, see, our problem is as human beings, we don't tend to pay close attention to what's going on around us until that shit hits us at our front fucking door.
Because we're
That's what
followers.
we.
Are the same
That's what
people working at NASA still
that's
that did the
no no.
Iraq stuff?
Listen, we do not pay attention shit that goes on around us until that shit is at
Can
your
I just say that I don't live in
hold
America and I'm not
on,
familiar with governmental systems of America at all?
okay. But the statement I'm about to make, it doesn't matter if you're from America or Australia.
I'm from New Zealand.
I'm talking about human beings.
Are you
We do
still in
not
Christchurch?
we tend to not pay close attention to what's going on around us until that shit is at our fucking front doorstep. And these are facts. You know, we watch the news, we see that terrible things happen, we're like, oh yeah, that's sad, you know, but it doesn't affect us literally. But if that was your mom, your dad, then that should affect you. Know what I'm saying? That's a fact. That's
Yeah,
just the
yeah,
way
you're right.
it is as a human
I
being.
agree with that.
You know, so that's why I'm saying we're gonna allow people that controls all of this shit, that controls almost every day of our natural life, tell us what's true and what's false. That's ludicrous. You have to be. That's almost psychotic. And that's what
Let's
let
just
me.
say NASA
Actually,
came
would
out
be
and said
psychotic.
2
I
plus
think
2
about it.
equals 4. Would you trust that?
Would I trust what?
If NASA came out and said that 2 plus 2 equals 4, would that make it automatically false?
that's
I
semantics.
could prove that.
It means nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you can prove that.
Yes, but
So,
since they've said it and everything they say is false, would that mean that it's automatically false?
but 2 plus 2 equals 4 was around before NASA, so NASA wouldn't
You're
be
dodging the question.
See,
If
here,
NASA said it,
Gorg, here's
NASA
the
can say
realization of
whatever.
it.
If something is already true before before they was even around,
so
that's
let's
not the
say
same.
NASA says
That's a bad
the
example.
Earth
Yeah,
is a globe.
Right.
The
See,
globe was
cosmology
around
then.
before NASA.
that's what I'm saying. It's a bad example. The example
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gave.
it's very bad. I have a question. Do you
Look,
guys?
So let's say
our,
the idea that the
our
Earth is a
ancestors
globe.
knew that two
Hang,
plus two was 4.
I have a
The
question.
idea that Earth
Hang
is a
on,
globe.
hang on,
Let's take that one.
hang on, Gorg.
Now, it
Say
was
Hang on,
again.
wrong
Gorg.
before NASA.
Do you believe that
What was wrong before NASA?
If NASA
The
was
idea that
more,
the Earth was a globe.
hang on, hang on.
No, the idea the Earth was flat before NASA. What are you talking about?
The idea that the
What?
Earth was a
Before the
globe
globe.
was around before
We
NASA.
talking about ancient times. They thought the Earth was flat.
Hang
Apart
on,
from the ancient
hang,
Greeks, you
hang on,
always forget that one.
hang on,
Yeah.
hang
The
on,
They
ancient
thought that
Greeks.
was that
Wait,
now.
hang on, guys, hey, guys.
I'm talking about a time step even before them, before the Greeks.
I have a question. Do
So
you
what are you talking
believe?
about? I mean,
Do
you
you,
could
hang
go
on.
all the way back,
Did
and
they
they
have the
thought it was
scientific
flat.
method?
Got back to
So
flat.
so people
Well, we
can't.
got the winner.
So you
Can I
still
just say
cannot.
that they had the scientific method?
Say it again.
The ancients who thought the Earth was flat, did they have the scientific method?
And I rest my case.
Do they have a scientific method?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. Did they go out and test whether the Earth was a globe or flat?
Uh-oh.
What?
What?
Not no.
They
I don't
didn't?
think so.
Just a
They
clean
didn't.
method.
No. No, they
They
didn't do it.
what they came
No,
up with.
well, they did navigate.
Oh,
I mean, they
okay.
did navigate and stuff like
So who
that.
did they come up
The
with cosmology say?
Polynesians navigated
What did
using
everybody else?
stars.
The
No, no. The reason
Norwegians.
why I'm allowing him to say this because it goes both ways. When they
Yep.
said that, when they first came and said the Earth was a globe, there wasn't no scientific method of that. They was assuming, and it was a theory. So I don't know why you even use that. It went both ways.
Yeah, and it's been tested now.
You see what I'm saying? When they first tried to bring forth that the Earth was round or had to be around, there was no scientific method to back up what they were saying. So, what's your point? That's why I said I don't. You heard what I said. I don't trust neither side until I get undeniable proof
Well,
from
have you
one
studied ancient
side.
Who
cosmology,
is the
Greg?
most advanced ancient
I'm
I
civilization?
asking.
understand no cosmology. I've been doing research on cosmology as well, and
So
a
you
lot of that shit
know?
got holes in it too. Go ahead.
Oh, I ain't know that. I ain't know
Yeah.
that.
That's why I say y'all better be careful who y'all consider y'all teachers, man. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of these people out here that y'all consider y'all teachers, they getting paid off here. That's just flat out the truth. They telling people what they want to hear, and that's why they keep repeating themselves. And that's why I always ask, day in and day out, it's a simple question: why the hell do we not get new information? Where's the new information about flat Earth? Why every YouTuber, every flat Earth YouTuber, same thing with globe earthers, where is the new information? Real new information. Everybody is regurgitating the same shit over and
Hmm.
over. And that's what I don't like about flat
Because
earthers.
people are coming up,
Because
people
flat
are doing
earthers,
tests. People are
listen
doing
to what I'm
tests,
saying.
but the
Listen to
results
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
tests aren't changing.
Flat earthers accuse globe earthers of regurgitation. They do this. They say, "Oh, you just regurgitating this and that." But go back to a flat Earth channel and watch the last 5 videos, and you tell me that's not exactly what they're doing. Go to all of them. They regurgitate the
Hmm.
same shit over and over, but yet they accuse globe earthers of being guilty
It's
of
the
doing
pot calling kettle black.
it. I agree.
And it goes both ways.
That makes no sense to me. So when I
Well,
ask for new information, they
I
like, oh,
totally agree. We're arguing, but we both had the same opinion. That's strange.
can see that the new information to the flat earthers would probably be the flat earth. So when you go around asking for new information,
But
I
see,
believe they're just
but
finding out.
flat
So it
Earth.
is still
But
new
here's the
to
thing:
them.
flat Earth
I
Now,
doubt.
is doesn't
what you're saying
flat Earth
is,
doesn't prove flat Earth is the
why
issue.
haven't they? If what Dredge is saying is, if you found out the Earth is flat, why don't you build on more information on
No,
top of
no, no,
that?
no,
What
no,
have you
no,
found
no, no.
out
Okay,
else?
what he's basically
Since you
saying,
found that
no,
foundation,
what he's basically
what else?
saying
I say
is
this
that
is,
you went and
bro.
found
Here's
a
the thing:
car.
we don't
Say
know.
you
The
found a
reason why I
car in a
said what I said
canyon.
because we don't have
eh,
undeniable
eh,
evidence on either side. I said I'd say this in a joking way, but this can be actually possible. What happens if it was both flat and a damn and round? Then what? That means everybody wrong because it's possible. Everybody could be wrong. Everybody could be wrong.
I agree there. No matter how right you think you are, you can be wrong.
okay,
Well, here's the thing. I went to school and learned from indoctrination. I learned that that wasn't correct
okay. Everything you
because the
learned,
indoctrination
hang on.
gave me
Is
the
everything you
calculation
learned
formula
wrong? Is
to
everything
find the
you learned
curvature
wrong?
on the planet.
Is
Right,
everything
but
you
see,
learned
that's the
wrong?
Yes.
thing, bro. Let me tell you something. You right. I don't disagree with that. But see, that's the thing. We're talking about a group of individuals that we know a lot of us, right? We know this. And is we don't have, really don't know why they lied. That's what we need to be trying to figure out. What is
Anyone lie because
why
you're
did or
hiding.
why did they? What are they really hiding? We can't
Doubting
we
the
can't
divine
just
plan.
say we
That's
can't
the
just
question
say
you want to ask.
right, right.
Ask
You can't just say, well,
Computer.
they lied, so it must be means it's flat. That don't do. They could be lying, and this bitch could be shaped like a heart. It could
I
be
think you
shaped like a
should
pretzel. It could be
correct.
shaped like a fucking apple.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't know.
I think
An apple is
it,
pretty much roughly a sphere.
Eh,
I think I think they lie to us too, and that's why I'm really interested in propaganda because if you understand the techniques they use to manipulate our minds, then it helps you guard against that. I was like reading the Technotronic Society by this French philosopher and professor Jacques Ellul. Propaganda law is pretty interesting. He said that modern man.
Here's some really crazy shit though. You know,
He said
a lot of conspiracy theories like to use the Matrix as a like a reference. You ever notice that? Like a lot of people
Mm?
use the Matrix, like we're in the Matrix, and
yeah.
Neo is the one. But see, this is how deep rooted, and a lot of people don't pay attention. They don't even pay attention to the movie, and that's why I don't trust a lot of people information. Because if you really knew what the hell you was talking about, everybody who watched the movie will have a clear understanding that Neo actually wasn't the one. Agent
Yeah,
Smith really was.
yeah. Well, that's
Agent
after the
Smith
three
was
movies.
really
But the
the
first
one.
movie,
You can explain that?
And they're going, huh? Say it
the
again.
three movies together
Could you
put
explain?
Agent Smith as the one, whereas the single first movie on its own puts Neo as the one.
Right.
Uh,
But see the thing is that's like having a matrix inside of a matrix. If you're gonna lie to the people, you have to make sure that there is no way they're gonna be able to find you out. So that I would look at it like this. If I
Well,
was them, I would create a matrix. I would create two different matrix and have them to fight about which one is real. When the truth of the matter is, now one of them is real.
What if we are all the one?
Hey,
that's something
we
to think
could
about.
be.
Nobody can be plugged
We
in.
could be, we could be. But yeah.
Infinite possibilities.
I have a question.
Indeed.
Do you believe that if our government was more transparent, it would clear up a lot more conspiracies? So,
Oh,
so for instance, if NASA openly from very beginning said, "Hey guys, this is what we're doing. We're selling space because we want people to want to go to space. We want to keep our agency open. We want people to use their imaginations to what is out there." Do you think the fact that they use CGI, the fact that they doctor and edit their images would be that big of a deal?
people would
And
still think that there's conspiracies. They wouldn't do anything for conspiracies
I think
because people will always look for it.
See, but you're saying
uh,
people are always looking
They'll always
for
look for
conspiracy.
information that isn't there.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
I think if there was more transparent, then a lot of conspiracies, they won't exist.
Yeah, because most of what everything we've talked about right now is based on you know not being transparent. It's based on hush hush. It's based on what are they doing? We need to know, and that's not wrong at all. To have those feelings and not trust them. The issue is when you use that as a proof for something completely different. NASA
That's where I got a problem at.
NASA
We're all
is selling
same
space
thing.
100%. No doubt about it. There's no way they can deny it. They're selling the shit out of it. But that still does not prove flat Earth. Now, when I say that, that means if you believe it's a flat Earth, what is your proof? Because the globe has something. What would be your
Water?
proof that
Oceans
they
are-
can't go to space? Not the shape. I'm saying that they can't go to space.
Well, they did admit that they can't get out the Ray Allen belt. So
See,
Yeah, they did.
I honestly, I don't think they
you think they're
said we
lying?
can't, but I know they if they could,
Let's,
like they did for the
listen to
moon
this.
missions, they would just do it, but they
I
don't.
want to ask you this, Sean, check. Do you think they just lied? Is it possible that they just said that to flat out just lie? Because
Hmm?
they are no liars.
Oh no,
You got
it's
to find.
it's possible that they lied
What?
about going to the moon, about
Anybody
going to the
lied and
moon
said, "Hey,
or
we can't
space,
go. We can't go back."
and
It's possible that they lied about that.
but see, here's the thing.
I mean,
But here's the thing. There are things you can line up with things that would give you more evidence for it being. For instance, I can go outside right now, and if I have certain type of cloud cover, I can go to an ISS tracker, and if it is in my area, I can see that same cloud pattern. I get that there is computer technology that can do the same type of things, but at the same time,
You're up.
it would take the effort, and I know you guys heard this. The effort it would take seems unlogical to me, but at the same time, I get where the lie part comes from. But like for me, like how all shootings are hoaxes to a lot of people. Not everything NASA does is a lie. Can't I mean, and in a sense of saying not everything they say is a lie, based on we can't prove if it's a lie. I'm not saying period. I'm just saying where a lot of people go 0 to 100 only knowing a little bit.
I see what you mean.
That's what I mean.
One of the main ways they lie is through omission. So they'll tell you some things that are true, but then they'll neglect to tell you other parts of the truth to frame the story in a narrative that supports whatever agenda.
I find it's more about scientific literacy.
That's how that's what the whole climate control thing is, or climate change is about. Them not speaking up weather modification. They're supposed to report that to public. They do. Unfortunately, it's a little 1-inch by 1-inch article in your middle of your local paper. You know what I mean? Who's going to see that? But they said something, and that is an issue. That's a huge issue.
The amount of information that has to be given out by said government.
Say again?
Like the amount of information that they have on everything that's going on is just way too much to give all of it out.
So there should be a place we can go look for it. We pay them.
There are.
You don't pay them yet, but when you start paying taxes, you pay all of them for that.
That statement becomes
a couple months before I have to start paying
but that statement becomes void when you're paying them to do something. The people that's actually funding it have the right to know everything about it. That's like you telling me that if you're the owner or the CEO of a company, you're saying that the people that work for you don't have to be transparent with what's going on in your facility.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any damn sense. The truth is, once they become like a servant of us, we the people that pay their salaries have the right to know everything that's going on. They tricked us into making us believe that what they're doing it for free. When they're not. They're not doing this shit for free. They work for us, but yeah, I never seen, dude. Let me tell you something. This life that we live right now is ass backwards. I'm sorry, I have to say it is ass backwards. It's shit. Because there's no way you're gonna own your own business and you're not gonna know everything that I'm talking about every inch of what's going on is something you run. So if we pay their salaries, who are the employees and who are the employers? You have to think about that. So if they are working for us, how can they keep secrets from their boss? That makes sense to you? They're keeping secrets from their own bosses?
Or better yet,
wow.
You're an investor to a company. So are you going to invest? Hang on. Are you going to invest in a? Hang on. Are you going to invest in a company that won't tell you what you're investing in? Because that's what taxes are. We're giving them money, and from what you're saying, there's too much for them to have to tell us. No, you're right. There's no media outlet that could tell us everything going on. But there's this thing. It's just crazy. I know. It's crazy, right? It's called a computer. They use them. They can put everything down in a computer for us to have public knowledge of, but they don't. They made a law that they get a certain amount of time. I think it's 25, 30 years before the Freedom of Information Act takes play on any classified information.
Yep. Now you tell me that's not ass backwards.
It's a serious issue. It's a serious issue.
If you think about it, the SR-71 Blackbird was a classified military project.
That you paid to know the information about.
Yeah, you can go online right now and get all the information you've ever wanted to know about the SR-71.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why when people say, "Oh, they cannot tell us everything," well, they're in the wrong business then. We got the wrong people that's working for us then. Because if they can't tell us what's going on with what goes on in the affairs of what our money has been spent on, that's a major problem.
It's a
Uh,
major
major
problem with
problem.
bureaucracy.
here's the thing: Obama didn't come out to the American people and say, "Hey, because we're worried about terrorist attacks, we're going to do a certain type of martial law that basically gives us the right to detain you for as long as we want.
Yeah,
We can
he
search, we can
said
seize
that.
your weapons." He signed a bill that allows this. We are living in it's basic. It's not a martial law. It's a basic martial law. He signed that in the middle of the night and didn't say anything. Now we pay his salary. We voted on him. He works for us. That is what Dred's trying to explain to you. He's trying to explain that we're paying to be effed, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, we are being effed here in New Zealand by a government with a prime minister who literally looks like a horse.
Okay,
Oh wow.
well, put it this way.
Uh,
So that means
She's really
no one,
incompetent.
hang on.
His accent
That
is
means
bad.
no one can say, "Oh, the government lies. That's a conspiracy." No, that's reality. The people who deny that are just as bad as people who make shit up because you're making up in your brain this weird fallacy that governments love their people and they only want to do right. We know that's not true. There have been so many studies. Just people in this panel. We can make two people that are in charge of commanding or of laws that we made up, and everyone has to abide by them. Guess what's going to happen? At some point, one of us is going to take it too far. It's human
Yep.
nature. Just what happens. The problem is you didn't know it.
Yeah.
But if you would have known that, hey, at a certain point in time, I'm going to take this leadership thing too far. You're going to make some distance, maybe not want me in as a leader, but you get that choice. Is what we deserve. That we deserve to know what we're getting into, not vote for them on BS and lies. And then once they get in, anything goes. That's not how government's supposed to work, and that's how government works today.
I want to make a point about the declassification thing. You
Yeah,
were
go ahead.
talking about it. I was going to say that sometimes when they declassify something, they don't tell the truth in the declassification. When they declassified MK Ultra, which was like a mind control program run by the government,
I remember that.
they declassified it in a way to make it seem like the program didn't work. But I think it was a successful program that it's really about like subliminal messages on TV and brainwashing the American public to go along with.
Which the CIA has 1,000 documents.
Still going on today.
Also,
I've
when
seen
on something,
subliminal
hang on,
ads
on something that
TV.
PMAR said, um, when it comes down to these classificate these the Public Information Act, um, understand it's just the document being released. The JFK documents. What is it? I think 60% of it is blacked out. So
Yep.
you may
You know,
get
a lot of people don't know that when
Yeah,
they
go ahead.
shot JFK, they didn't release that footage for 7 years or something like that, or like
Yep.
10 years.
It wasn't. It was actually a private person's camera.
So wait.
Yeah,
No,
but his
but
his footage got seized by the government. And
Exactly.
they released it to the public for 10 years. I can't remember exactly how long, but it was a long time. Like,
Gord, understand something. If you witness a crime and you have it on your phone, the police, the government, whoever's involved in that investigation, they take your phone. Things get pulled down online all the time because governments, CEOs don't want certain information put out there at that time. So it being held for 7 years, that's a normal process. That's not weird. That's, you know what I mean? It's not like unheard of. They do that on a regular basis. If you have evidence on your phone, that phone becomes evidence. They will take it. Period. They have things called gag orders, which means you can't put this out
like
there.
how they slowly released the footage of the Pentagon getting hit by the plane on 9/11. Like it kind of slowly leaked more and more images over the years.
The issue I have with that is the Pentagon is the most protected government installation on U.S. soil. It is. They will even tell you that. 2 cameras?
I was in 5th
really?
grade.
2 fuzzy ass cameras.
They would have blew that shit up 300 miles away. Ain't nothing would have been able to come near the Pentagon.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Why wouldn't it
Thank
have been able
you.
to come near the
Because
Pentagon?
it's
And I'm in
defenses.
fifth grade.
Again, I will tell you now. You can go look this up.
Yeah,
The
it's the
Pentagon,
headquarters of. They have
the world.
anti-aircraft missiles.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have anti-aircraft weapons now, but they didn't have them back
Whoa.
then because
Yes, they
nobody
did.
thought, oh, they're
Yes,
gonna
they did.
blow
Whoa,
up
what? What?
London.
What?
did.
They didn't have what back then?
Your
Nobody
statement
thought.
is false. Your statement is 100% false. The
What? They didn't have
Pentagon,
what back then? Are you
Ag-
serious?
again, the Pentagon is the most protected government installation on American soil.
Yeah, it's the headquarters of the.
Motherfuckers got fighter jets that was, dude, they had fighter jets flying around protecting that Pentagon before they even released it to the military, bro. You tripping?
It's the headquarters of the biggest military in the history of mankind. I don't think an airplane could realistically crash into it. It did have anti-aircraft missiles at the time. They have things like NORAD where they're supposed to scramble airplanes.
Well,
and
before that, but NORAD, the
they
NORAD
knew there was a
situation.
terrorist attack going on. So
See, here's the problem. Because I read into the FAA transcripts on that. I honestly, before the whole NORAD situation, I blame the FAA for it. And I also blame the government. Because why would you run a
they were told to
simulation
stand
terrorist?
down.
No. What happened? Okay. You know what? That may have happened. But here's what.
Yeah, bro.
Here's why planes did not make it to the terrorists. The FAA has strict guidelines on basically they have the protocol for situations like this. The problem is that the government was running a exercise of where, for some odd reason, a commercial airliner gets hijacked and threatens to blow stuff up. They were realistic. You can go look in the transcripts or documents. This was an actual war exercise going on that same morning.
I read something about that.
So what happens is the FAA didn't know if is this the real deal or is this part of the exercise. Now, they didn't just blow it off, but that 15 minutes alone is the reason the first plane hit and NORAD still wasn't in the air because they didn't know where to send them. FAA,
They scrambled dummy planes.
the FAA didn't they didn't react fast enough. They were behind the ball.
No, listen to this. You have to also remember, if you do a little bit of research, you have to remember that Dick Cheney and George Bush was under investigation during this time period about $2 trillion that
Oh,
magically
no, your
went
number is wrong.
missing.
7.2
Oh, it's 7
trillion.
million. Oh, 7.2 million.
No, trillion. Yeah.
Right. So,
Pentagon, right?
trillion. So, right. So, you think it's a coincidence that all the documentation got burnt up in this prank? This is what they're telling us, and we bought it. Well, not us, but a lot of people bought it. Everything that was revolving around that case, the documentation, everything got burnt up when the plane, quote unquote, plane hit the Pentagon.
Quote unquote plane.
There was also Stockton involved.
So, and did you notice that while they was going through this investigation, you noticed that the investigation wasn't brought up no more after that. It was over. It was wartime now. Now everybody is focused on this fake war with innocent people. That's why I say innocent people died.
You don't know why that war happened?
What?
If I recall correctly, that war was as a result of 9/11. So,
which war?
Yeah, that war
Explained it to you.
No, but see, here's the thing.
That's what I was saying.
There are steps.
That's not even the official story, but I agree. They use 9/11 to get sympathy to go to war, but officially they don't list 9/11 as the reason for the war.
Well, I mean, they changed that. If you go back and listen to the Bush speech from the beginning, he clearly made it.
Well, they never tell us the truth about why they go to war. They always lie.
Right, but if you go back to the beginning when 9/11 first happened, watch George Bush first speech. He made it 100% clear they was responsible, and we are going to war with them
100%.
because of 9/11.
Now, here's a narrative that no one heard about. Reason I believe it was a false flag, and we knew and we used it as a reason, is because at the same time they had two different sanctions on Saddam Hussein. Saddam had also threatened to stop using the dollar in the oil trade.
Yep, him and Gaddafi.
Ooh, Gaddafi, boy, we're gonna pull up on you. Nah.
Everybody
Oh, you
knew.
can't do that.
Everybody
Somebody
knew.
say oil?
Hang on. Everybody knew that regardless of liking Saddam or not, Saddam kept the terrorists at bay in the Middle East.
Yes, he did.
They
What
knew
terrorists?
the Taliban, I don't know, all the terrorists
What
and
they talking
and
about?
war and all that, and
Saddam was one of our biggest allies.
He kept
Yeah,
he
he was our biggest
he
ally
kept
against the terrorists.
well he kept civil war from
Oh,
happening. Basically, that's what he
Hmm?
did. He kept civil war from happening in Iraq, which
Yes,
happened right after they were
he
taken
was
over.
okay.
The
he was
Sunnis
like
and the Shiites, I think.
yes,
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
yes.
Yeah.
So basically, they knew once he was gone, all hell would break loose. You do now understand that uh, United States owns most of the oil in Iraq now, right? Since all that power struggle went on, that's why we
Yeah.
still have boots on the ground in Iraq for what? Saddam's been gone for
And
a while.
camps.
The problem with that
And they're
also was,
democratic now.
and the fact that they had threatened, or he had threatened the United States with basically a big hit in the financial district because using the dollar and oil, American dollar and oil is a big deal. If they control the oil, not only that, they also are spreading their borders. They don't talk about it much, but Iran is our next big issue. If you
Yeah.
look at the Middle
Why?
East, hang on. If you look at the
Okay,
Middle
go guys.
East, if you guys look at the Middle East, and you look at every country we've had a war and have boots on the ground, you will notice that it is a nice little bunker with Iran. What it's doing is it's
Okay,
isolating
go
the
guys.
territory around Iran because that is the next step. Why? Because Iran has nukes. Iran has oil. Iran is not broke, and oh yeah, they're like best friends with China.
Yeah.
You have to go, guys.
All right, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I'm not going to be running too much
We'll
longer.
see you sometime in the future.
Yes, yes.
It was a good talk, though. It was a good talk.
Yeah.
But you're right. Right now, we're surrounding Iran, man. We're
I
surrounding
always, I always notice in these streams,
But here's the problem.
we always end up from talking about either Earth
it.
And
or a certain conspiracy, just straight back to the government and other conspiracies.
well, that's the thing. It's a
I have a question.
It's an open panel, and I don't restrict it to has to be one topic because I meander like a muff.
Yeah, I know. It's just I find it funny because it always ends up on a conspiracy.
Well, if
Right.
anything,
Starting topic.
because just like I was saying before, the shape
They can't
does
talk-
not matter.
You can't talk to a lot of people about conspiracies, so when they get online, they just talk about conspiracies all the time.
Correct. Now,
Well-
can we go back to Iran real quick? Because Iran has allies. And isn't Iran's allies Russia and China?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so why would America want to? I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want Iran's oil and stuff, but
You got
you just can't
America-
bomb an Iran, man.
Oh no, they're not going
Like
to. They're not going to just. They'll have a reason, just like any other reason they've had before. But you got to remember, America is 100% the world's military superpower. They're going to
Well,
protect
why
themselves
do
from
you
that.
say that? Why do you say that?
Name an army. Name a military bigger than ours, with the advancements in technology.
Well, see, here's the thing.
I think China is. I
I was
think
about to say that.
China has.
And China
China-
explain. Is communist. So, nigga, I can just say, you know what? I want all men in the military tomorrow.
I think
You're right.
China right now got like 1 million soldiers.
Oh,
man.
way more than that.
And that's
They got.
and that's
I think
just
it's
right now.
Or
3.
more than
I think
that,
it's
yeah,
3.
man.
And
But here's
and
the
that's just
thing.
right now.
Here's the thing. You can have that many soldiers all you want, but they
What you
also
mean?
listen. They're also not as technically advanced of a military as we are.
Says who?
See, that's what
says
that's what
everything.
Everything your house they made by China. Everything in your house.
Wait.
My
Did
bad.
you
Let me
just
tell
hear
you
what I
something.
said?
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you something about China though. When it comes to technology,
For
and
real.
we gotta stop allowing the United States to bamboozle us when it comes to
Thank you.
they use trickery when they say we're the most technical advanced when it comes to our military. They pick their words
Oh
wisely.
no.
But when you're talking about technology in general, trust me, China is years ahead of
Okay,
us, man.
okay. But at the same
In
time, show
your
me
house.
a Chinese tank that will destroy an M1 Abram.
Well, nigga, we'll just make a
Show me a
Chinese M1
tank.
I
Abrams.
mean,
Show
we
me a
don't.
tank
The
as
truth is, listen to
advanced.
what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Now, I won't be able to show you that, right? But you won't be able to prove to me that it can't because we haven't been to war with them yet.
Wait, no. I can go to Camp
We
Pendleton
haven't
right
been
now.
to war,
Listen,
so we don't know. See the truth. We
yeah.
talking about military. So, do you think China is really going to broadcast what they really have? I don't
For
even think.
real.
I don't even
China's
think the
been to
United States.
war.
I don't even think the United States really show what we really have. I really believe
Oh
that they
no, they
don't.
don't. They don't.
I think they. I believe they show. They do go to
Actually,
war. They show a little something. They might have something. We might see
Guess
something here
what?
and there. But
Let me
I
tell
know
you.
for a
I
fact.
just
Hold on.
Google.
I know for a fact that the United States got some shit that nobody, including their own people, do
Absolutely.
not know that they have. And you gotta expect that your enemy. Well, they're not our enemies, but they will be considered our military's enemies are doing the same thing.
Uh,
So
uh,
we cannot underestimate
oh
them
no, no, no.
because
Oh
normally
no.
that's
Yeah.
when you get fucked.
But see,
I
that's
just
You know.
googled it. I just googled it,
Let me.
and it said that about a year ago they started modernizing their army, and they're threatening to overtake us. Some of these articles are saying.
but see
So
that.
here's the problem. Here's the
Uh,
problem.
I don't know what it is. I'm just saying this. What the Google articles are saying.
Well,
I'm gonna take off, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good.
All right,
Hey,
have a
thanks
good
for
one, my
stopping by.
brother. Cause I've been
here's what
studying.
much.
I studied the Asian culture a lot, and one thing I
I don't
learned,
think so.
man,
I don't think so.
they technology is
Wait, you are correct.
it is
Okay,
insane.
but here's the
Here's the
thing.
biggest
Here's the
problem
thing.
no one is talking about. The
There.
biggest problem no one is talking about is the Himalayan mountains because China got 1 billion people. India got 1 billion people, dog.
Well,
So
you do
if
know
China
that's.
team up with India,
You know that's where the
man,
deadliest border on Earth is, right? Because
no.
India and Israel, or is it Israel? Or I'm thinking, yeah, they both are on full red alert right now because they both have acknowledged and said publicly, "We'll nuke them, motherfuckers. Give us a reason.
Hold on,
We're gonna nuke them."
who said that to who?
India and Israel. Make sure
And
to
you got to also
fact check
remember
those.
this too.
I know
I
it's
don't know
two.
if you know this, but you got to remember that a lot of the technology we do have come from Bill Gates. But what a lot of people don't understand is, and that's including the military, but a lot them chips that they use in their tanks and they anti-aircraft, all that. Bill Gates. Well, we give Bill Gates the credit, but what a lot of people don't know is, do you know who actually manufactured and built those chips for Bill Gates?
Who
You
did that?
guessed it, China. You guessed it,
It's like
China.
everything in our house.
Bruh,
We really
Bill
Chinese.
Gates. Bill Gates has a direct link to where he get his chips and all that made from. How can they be more technical in any field when they the ones that's building the technology? We're buying it from them.
Well, that's the thing.
Correct.
They're not
You
spending
know,
money to advance their military like
that's what
we
we think.
advance.
Why?
That's
Why
what
don't
we
you?
think.
Yeah, I don't
Why,
see it.
what
I
would
don't
make
see
you
it.
not think that?
I don't
And I
show
got
That's
me
a
what we
billion
think.
people.
how
I have
show a
1.3 billion people to
stop
protect,
that.
and I'm
Stop.
not
Stop that. Wait,
working with
wait.
my military.
The
I
size,
have
the amount of
1.3 billion
soldiers you
people to
have
protect, and
means
I'm not
But
working
nothing.
on my military. Look how
have you
stupid
ever
that
have you
sounds. It
Wait,
hold
wait.
sounds
on,
Wait,
retarded.
wait, wait. You're
hold on,
telling.
It's
hold on, brother.
retarded.
Okay, so what
If
would
you
win a
even
war?
if
What
even
would
if
win?
you
Hang
go
on.
to their
Hang on.
school,
What would win a
go
war?
ahead.
3 million soldiers or 4 jets, or fighter jets?
Hold on,
Win a
say that
war?
again.
Yep. If they battled each other, 4 fighter jets versus 3 million dudes with guns and a couple of rocket launchers, we'll say, just to even it up a little bit. Who do you think is going to win?
I get you. I get your point, and I get it. But think about this: if that's true, Why the fuck do we even send boots on the ground to begin with when we got all these jets? I always asked that. I always wondered that because my dad was in the Marines for 10 years, and I'm like, we got all these fighter jets. We have these big ass, submarines and these
Oh
What
well,
was the
carriers.
answer?
oh
You
well,
know,
What
but
was
because
think
he said?
about it.
What was he said? The answer was great.
Why do we even send our
I can
Marines
tell you,
out there
I can
What
tell you
did
right
when
he
we
now,
say,
just
Dreads?
a
Dreads.
a
when we can
jet
just send?
Dreads
Uh,
only.
go ahead, go ahead.
a jet
What is,
can beat 3 million people in a war, but only boots on the ground can keep that territory. A jet can't guard and patrol and keep a society, a village, or a state, or whatever. You can't protect it from the
it
sky.
still
You can
don't
only be
make
so.
sense because think about it. You would send your aircrafts
Oh,
in,
oh no, no, you're
and
right. You're right. I
the
agree. I
military
agree.
will be a cleanup crew basically because they'll be coming in with, and it be nothing but it should be nothing but rebel and unarmed people. It
Hmm.
shouldn't be no deaths when it comes to our Marines or soldiers
Exactly.
with their boots on the ground. You see what I'm saying? So I don't get the logic in that. We got
That.
this powerful powerhouse military.
With
Oh,
Send them,
drones.
well,
with drones and shit.
they
Send them
shoot
over there, blow
bullets.
the shit up, and then send our guys in after the fact.
Well,
Well,
imagine how many
maybe
bullets they used.
huh?
Imagine how many bullets they shot off. Because remember, uh, if a billion bullets get shot in Iraq by soldiers, then a billion more bullets need to be made, which means 100, 200,000, Americans are getting supposedly hired. I mean, you'd be surprised if you saw the number in government contracts. It is out. It's in the billions. Everything down
And
to
I think that's why they
office
do it.
furniture.
I think they really they send these boys over there, and yeah, and you gotta think about it. It makes a good story when you get on TV. Oh, we lost a whole bunch of soldiers, and it's a marketing
It
tool.
100%.
It's like we need more funding. Look how many soldiers that died. So we need to advance the technology. Like stop it. You can send fucking warships and all
Damn.
that shit. You don't need that. So they keep funding they keep this whole infrastructure intact by doing stupid shit like that.
You're right, because we did have two world wars in the 20th century.
hmm
You're
We lost
right.
one. We lost that Vietnam War. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. We
And
lost that.
Korean War I just found
Well,
out
see, we'll
about.
put the.
When we
I
talk
we
about
didn't we
Korea,
didn't we didn't really have the
hey, just
technology at that
Korea.
time. At that time, Korean War, but we all know the Kuwait War, right? That was the first one of the
Yeah.
first wars
My
that was
dad was in
won.
out.
That
He ain't beat nobody in Asia. No Asian, except
look, hang
he
on.
had to drop two bombs by
The
himself.
Kuwait War, the Kuwait War was one of the first wars won by air superiority only. We didn't not one troop uh had to raise those arms. It was all
Sounds
the it
Well,
was all
familiar because
jet.
Obama
you know
They
used
should
why?
have.
airstrikes on
You know why
Gaddafi.
though? You know why? Because if you, because I did a lot of research on that too. What I found out is that Kuwait and didn't even have a real military, man. They didn't
Oh,
even have
absolutely
a
not.
military.
Absolutely not.
So basically, who was they really fighting besides like rebels and shit?
No,
Like
no.
you saw,
That's why we came.
fuck,
That it was an asset to us. Their oil was an asset. It's very open.
they all, yeah, yeah.
That and
Obama used airstrikes against Gaddafi, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's what
Yeah,
he
Gaddafi.
reminded me of that.
I don't know. You might can still find it on YouTube, but I watched it live. I think it was at the C20, if I'm not mistaken, where all the countries come together. They be sitting together and they be talking about the world affairs and shit. And Gaddafi, I think this was the last time he even spoke, and that's when he was telling he put the United States on blast.
mhm.
Oh
Because
no, shit.
they supposed to been talking about like world, how they were gonna make world peace and make things better. When Gaddafi turn was to speak, Gaddafi asked on live TV, he asked for his $300 million in gold that the United States had of his in our banks. He told them, he said, I want my gold back because we're no longer are going to use your dollar. The dollar is falling. Your dollar is dead. And he shouldn't have did it though because he told too. I think he talked too much, told too much of his plans, and he blatantly told them that he got the rest of the Arab world going to back him. They're all gonna follow suit. And what they was gonna do, they was going back to the gold standard. They
Yep.
wasn't gonna use paper money anymore. It was going back to the gold standard, so they
Can you
their gold
explain the
back.
gold standard real
Go
quick?
It's the value
okay,
of gold, basically.
your value, like let's say for example, a lot of people don't know this. Instead of buying a car off a car lot, if you used to go to a car dealership, right? Let's say you bought a brand new car for $48,000. Say it was 48,000
Yeah,
cash for the car.
yeah.
If you was to go in there and pay for that car with gold, do you not know that it'd be illegal for them to tax you? Not only that it'd be illegal for them to tax you, it'd be illegal for them to try to force you to get insurance as well because you actually own the vehicle. The reason why that's why they got us off the gold standard because you get us off the gold standard, the paper money is considered as debt. And as long as you got everybody in debt and you pay them with debt, you can pretty much do whatever you want. That's like taxes and insurance and all and etc. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, going to gold, that's the thing with buying a house. It has value. Gold has value to it. The dollar doesn't. The dollar represents debt. It said, look at your
Yeah, it
dollar.
do
It
say
tells you.
for all debts legal and tender or something like it do
No,
say
it's
for
debt.
debt.
So in reality, you can go and buy stuff, but you don't own it.
Oh
That's
no.
yeah. You
You're
can never own.
borrowing
You can
from the
never.
government.
Yeah, you're borrowing it, right?
Oh
And
no.
you gotta also remember, so it's when you pay taxes, your base or bet. Here's a better one: Social Security. This is the biggest scam. One of the biggest scams. Understand? So, for instance, I'm 37. I pay my Social Security. My Social Security does not go to me when I retire. My Social Security goes to whoever is retiring right now.
Yep.
So in 20 years, say they cut that, say they lower the rates, or say people decide they don't want to pay that anymore, I don't get it. I don't get retirement. My retirement age will be based off of how many people they can get to pay now or at a certain time then. And
Somebody in the chat.
and if they don't have the money, guess what? You're shit out of luck. They don't care. They're not responsible.
Somebody in the chat said that buying things with paper money is the same as buying things with gold. I don't know where the hell he get that from.
Take
Oh, who the hell told him that?
Because you said
take
that
take $100,000 and a gold bar to every country you can. I bet you money they won't accept that money, but they'll accept that gold anywhere.
Damn right.
Anywhere.
How can you claim you own something by using debt to buy it? Do that even make any sense?
it does
How
not.
can you buy something with debt? How? You
I got
can
an
never own.
IOU.
It's an IOU. That's all it is. A dollar.
IOU.
Gold. The reason why it make it illegal for them to try to tax you when you use gold because gold has value. Gold is not an IOU. Gold, you're actually paying for your product.
Mm-hmm.
You're not borrowing the
Un-
product.
Understand the dollar
Okay.
is valued a dollar based on what they've decided it to be.
It's right.
So tomorrow, the dollar could be worth zero. Gold will forever
So
have
how much
value.
gold work? Don't gold go up and down prices and
Yep,
stuff?
it
Like
fluctuates on the market.
Yeah,
Yep,
it fluctuates.
So what? I
I'm,
mean,
I'm
it's
nuts,
like
and I guarantee.
it's
When
like
you know when
Latin. It's
I
like
hate when
Latin.
people
Gold is
I hate when
universal.
I hate when people call you crazy, but yet I guarantee you that they have not bought a brand new car or at least or bought a house with gold. So how would they even know? Unless I would be happy for you to get on the panel and prove that you've done it and I'm wrong about what I'm saying. That'd be
100% true.
nice,
In
I mean,
gold,
'cause
go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
I would say that'd be nice because I mean, it's either you use your logical thinking or you don't. And I
Hmm?
feel like this here, if the dollar is tied to debt and gold is not, how can you say logically that it's the same? Like that don't make any sense right there.
In the middle of Russia, in the woods, a dollar means nothing. Gold
Nothing.
is universal.
I mean,
Everyone accepts gold.
if
Damn right.
you're in the middle of the woods.
Didn't Saudi Arabia say they stopped
Or
accepting the
you're gonna-
dollar? Or
That's
what is
like try. Hey,
Yeah,
that's
Sean,
like trying.
if
Hey, I want somebody to get some money from Haiti and come to the United States, paper money from Haiti, and come to the United States and try to buy something with it.
so Sean, your example with the
But if you bring
being
some
in
gold
the
from Haiti, you bring some gold from Haiti, I bet you they'll accept it.
Yep, they will.
I bet you they'll accept that because it has something of value.
Okay.
See, the reason why that money, paperbacks, IOUs, because that's the original term of them. They're greenbacks. IOU. That's actually what that is, an IOU. And back in the days when they first started, before they started printing and putting faces and stuff on it, they literally wrote IOU on the greenbacks. They actually had IOU on the back of the damn paper, on a
That's
piece of paper.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
So,
You know?
Sean,
So I mean, it is what it is.
I want to make a point with your example about gold in the Russian woods, or was it?
What's up?
Where, so, if you bring the American dollar to someone who's living alone in the woods, or a small community living in the woods, and you bring gold, well, they take the gold, but only because it has material use. They can be used for productivity.
Trade.
There's really no, unless, but if they're completely isolated, there is no currency. There's only what you can find to make use of.
Well,
And
okay,
so
but that's like saying then you wouldn't have a dollar or
You got a
gold.
point.
like if
Hold
you're
on.
in the woods,
Hold on. You got a point.
if you're in
Got a
the
point.
woods,
But guess what?
That's
Guess what? Guess
valuable.
what? That makes it. Thank you. That actually makes it valuable. You do understand that, right?
yes,
What you just said still make gold more valuable. That's the difference between paperback and gold. Gold has value to it. You can actually melt it down and make things with it. You understand what I'm saying? You can actually make a cup out of gold. You can make a bowl out of gold.
Gold
You can't do that
shoes.
with money.
with money you can start a
Gold
fire,
shoes.
and if you're freezing to death, that's a great option,
You wouldn't need. You can actually just use leaves.
especially in the
Give
Russian
give
forest.
me a gold bar. You will see me be motivated to find heat. I will find civilization.
Hey.
Give him a gold bar. You'll be able to pay somebody to make heat for you.
If you can find anybody.
Well, see, here's the theory behind gold. So if I lived in the middle of the woods, no one around, and I have a gold bar, well, what if a hunter comes by and he goes and he has a nice rifle, he has a lot of bullets, and you decide I'll give you 2 ounces of gold for your gun and your bullets. Well, guess what? That's why gold is valuable because anybody will take gold.
Well, I mean,
If you had an American dollar in Russia, that guy's gonna look at you and laugh.
Well, I want to say something. It's only worth anything if both people, have a use for it.
Gold, like I said,
if the hunter,
gold is universal.
Yeah, but
Every country acknowledges the value of gold. Every country.
If the hunter has no need, no use for 2 ounces of gold dust, whatever it is, he's not going to accept it for his valuable gun that is feeding him.
He's going to ask for more gold.
You can actually melt that gold down, right? Listen. You can, but see, it'll still be valuable to you. The first thing I would do is melt it down, and I'll melt it and mold it into like a spear, like a narrowhead, and attach it to a stick. Now I could go fishing. Now I could go hunting with it.
I'll be honest.
You see what I'm saying? Or you can use a stick. You can use a stick, but it still has value, regardless of what.
Honest. You're not going to make a very big arrow. You're not going to make a very big.
No, okay. But here's the thing: every culture acknowledges gold. Every culture
has. I can make a bowl. I can eat out of. I can drink out of it. You still can use it. I can't do that with
anything.
2 ounces of gold. You're not making a bowl. You're not making a cup. You're not making.
But everyone now is nitpicking. It's already. It's not even a debate.
Make all that stuff with $1 then. Make all that stuff with $1 with paper then.
He won't be able to do that. He won't be able to make none of that.
Let's change it. The guys.
Yeah, you said 2 ounces of gold. Like you being technical now. That was a statement he made.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about gold. I was talking about gold in general. It has value.
It does.
It does. Money doesn't.
It's just the realization that gold is the universal it's how universal it is. Every country acknowledges it
Damn right, I make it go
one way or
shit.
another. Their values may be different, but it's a universal currency basically. But
Yeah,
guys,
everybody have an understanding of that.
yeah.
Everybody.
But guys, I got to get my son to sleep, and that's not going to happen with me yelling. I'm going to cut this one short. It was actually
All right.
one of my favorite streams in a long, long time. You know, because I mean, no one
Nice.
got personal. We all had something to say, so it's definitely what I
Yeah.
like to do. Dreads, man, this is home for you. Always welcome. I'm happy I got to actually, talk to you and see you. It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, I know, man. We gotta link up.
Yeah,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get in contact because I want to do a show with me, you, and Vegan.
Okay, yeah, anytime.
You know. All right. Let me
Uh,
see.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Prove.
I appreciate you having me on, man. It's
Yeah,
been, like you said, it's been a while, and it was a good. It was like you said, nobody got personal, but it was pretty entertaining too,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I enjoyed it. I
It,
enjoyed the show,
I
man.
like when it's numerous topics. When it's that single topic thing for 3 hours, that's when it gets real boring. When you
Yes, very
um
boring.
and hearing everyone's opinion is even better because then you get to you can take from little bits and pieces and I'm sure I at least have 5 things I've written down so far from this stream alone that I want to go research, and that's basically what I like to do. Um,
Same thing with me.
but yeah, so much respect to you, my brother. Uh,
Same
actually,
here.
I'll hit you up in the back chat probably about 20-30 minutes.
Okay.
No big deal. Just say what's up and everything.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Prove ice
All right,
wall.
nice talking to y'all, man.
Yeah, hey, you're more than welcome on my panel anytime I have them, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch you more often, man. I seen you online, man, so I was like, let me just pull up on your live.
Cool. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, man. Nice talking to y'all. Nice talking to you, Dres. Nice talking to you too, buddy.
Anytime, my brother. Anytime.
All right, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep going live, man. We
Oh,
still
absolutely.
still searching, man. We master students, man.
Absolutely. In Path Genius, man, my friend.
Yeah.
We'll have a one-on-one. Because we need to talk. I know you got a lot of your brain is scrambled, kid. But like I
It's more than
said,
scrambled. It's a horrific mess.
but it's all good. You got a friend here, so
You're not alone.
yeah,
Trust me. You're not alone.
yeah. So if Dreads, this kid, this is one of the kid geniuses that I have come across from the Discord side.
Yes, I
Oh,
know.
that's what's up.
Young, but it's just smart as I mean. We want to talk particle physics? Yeah, he actually knows it. So it's
That's
Okay,
what's up, man.
yeah,
I know the basics of it.
I have to pick your brain one day, man.
yeah, and that's
Shit.
the thing. It's a whole generation of kids that are around now that just mind blowing what they know. There's a kid named Sasha that was in the chat earlier. I think he's got to be. I think he's 12, 13 maybe, but he knows if not as much, almost more about the whole climate change situation going on. It's mind blowing, and it makes me happy. Shit, like your daughter, man. Just these genius kids
Yeah.
that are coming up, gonna just outshine all of their parents. Damn kids.
Man. But yeah, that's our job though. That's what we supposed to do. We supposed to make it where they elevate above, far away, far beyond where we was.
Absolutely. But I gotta get going. My boy's looking at me, and
All right.
he's not gonna wake up early
All
like I need
right.
him to.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll hit you up, Dreads. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely appreciate
No
it.
problem, brother. Anytime you need me, man. If I catch you, I'll jump on anytime, man.
Cool. Going live late, or you just hanging?
Nah.
Okay.
I just came to chill with you tonight, man.
Oh, good looking out. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, brother.
All
Have a
right.
good
All right.
one.
All right, guys, I'm
Bye.
gonna go ahead and end the hangout. Thank you guys for stopping in.
Thank you.
It was great. Uh, Path Genius. Like I said, man, I'll hit you up in Discord because we can have one-on-one.
All right. I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. You gonna be on there
And
tonight or a little bit later on?
I'll be on there tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna be up till midnight finishing an English paper. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm up later tonight.
All right, I'll hit you up real soon.
All right. See ya.
Yeah, man. Wow. So 2 hours, guys. Thank you for hanging in, chilling out. You two cynics, I need to talk to you. So answer my Twitter message. And other than that, guys, I gotta get this kid down to sleep. I'm kind of hungry. Um, didn't exactly go as I thought it would, but I enjoyed this live stream. I hope you guys did. Um, again, I'm not trying to have beef with Bro Sanchez or his panel. But again, I thrive for respect. I give a lot of respect, and I just think that the people that wanted to mouth off and called me a coward and a traitor, this and all that stuff, um, honestly, I think they're jealous. I think they wish they had the same sense of self-worth and honesty as I do. To be honest, um, anybody should be, looking for truth and try to figure it out, understand things, not just take it in. Flat Earth, you are under scrutiny as much as you put globe under scrutiny. If you can say that so lies, and that's why it's not this way, gotta turn the question around. You should have questions and answers for both. So, with that said, guys, anybody who can explain to me how a half lit, half completely dark Earth can be done on a flat Earth, please let me know. Email me. Email's in the description. Guys, you have no idea how much I appreciate you guys being here. For those of you who stuck around with me, you have no idea how much even more I appreciate you guys, because you guys, family, and you stayed with me. I appreciate that. Till then, guys, I'm going to go live tomorrow. I will see you then.
But my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises. You ain't stopping this, cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest. I'm gonna launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking, and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, so stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb.